Hey there, and welcome to Internet Comment Etiquette. I'm Erik, your host, and today I'm going to teach you how to be the best critic the Internet's ever seen. Now, there's a lot of critics on the Internet. People are criticizing just about everything. Even I'm getting criticism. Look at this. Please don't try short stires. You are not talented enough, and it makes you look clumsy and cringy. Pretty sure he meant to say stories there, but I've got a response nonetheless. Hey, dumb shit, I don't take short story advice from people who can't spell the word stories. I've jerked off the JPEGs that are smarter than you, and something tells me you're just mad because the shortest story of all is your love life. And BAM! Zapped them! Now, from everything I've gathered while preparing for this lesson, I've surmised that being a critic is not so much about providing helpful opinions or guidance for consumers. It's more about proving that you're right, and anyone who disagrees with you doesn't know what they're talking about. See, I went on to Rotten Tomatoes here and I found this movie Suicide Squad, which has a 26% score. That's not good. That's a bad score. And here's my man Will trying to explain why that is. Rotten Tomatoes critics are just not fans of DC unless it is directed by Christopher Nolan. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I haven't seen Suicide Squad, but I'm about to because I'm downloading a torrent of it right now. I'm going to watch this and then we'll come back and I'll leave my review. Well, after watching that movie, I have to disagree with my boy Will there. This movie was a complete piece of shit. But it's not just enough to disagree with Will as an online critic. I need to make sure he feels stupid about being wrong. So here we go. Yo, this review is for my man Will. That movie sucked, bro. What are you talking about? I don't know what the fuck movie you watched, but I downloaded this thing illegally and still want my money back. I'm pretty sure I could beat up Jared Leto's Joker, and I've lost every fight of my life, especially against alcoholism. The dialogue in this movie sounded like it was written by a YouTube spam bot for all the fucking sense it made. Anyway, I'm not talented enough to write a short stire out of this, but you're wrong about this movie, and I'm taking off an extra star because there was this dude's head in the shot the entire time, and a woman in the theater wouldn't stop coughing. While I'm here, I'd like to criticize 9/11 and say we haven't gotten the full story on what happened there, just pieces of lies and deceit. Suicide Squad, on the other hand, had virtually no story at all, and I don't give a shit what they left out there. Google NWO and arm yourself against the revolution. And Alright, there you go, that's how you leave a review on Rotten Tomatoes, but be careful about how you review movies, because if you review them wrong, a bunch of people are going to start an online petition to shut down Rotten Tomatoes. We all know how well those work. There's a disconnect between critics and audiences. You may enjoy a movie regardless what the critics say about it. We must get the people to know that the criticism not the measure of the quality of the movies. What? I don't know if that's a good enough reason to shut down an entire website, but he still raises an interesting point. You know, critics are only as good as their own perception, and your mental mileage may vary. But sometimes you get critics critiquing something before it's even out yet, like for instance this photo of Pennywise from the It remake. This is a publicity still, not even a still from the movie itself, and already people are giving suggestions on how to fix the costume. Yeah guys, too many ruffles and nonsense. You don't need the ankle ones or the wrist ones, or even waist one. Keep neck only. They make them look weirdly feminine and definitely not as scary. Just a thought. Oh cool, nice thought. Anybody else? They're giving Pennywise too much shape and form, which is almost making him too human. Oh cool, thanks man, great note! But holy shit, it looks like a monster from Resident Evil or Silent Hill. Too cold! Did they realize the innocence in a different time period behind Stephen King's novel? Stop to make it something different and be focused more on the original one. Cool, they'll do that. I'm hoping this is how he was portrayed for a second and then switch to the baggy suit that he needs. I just always felt the suit needed to be baggy for the sake of unknowingly wondering what was underneath the suit. This looks like a clown, not Pennywise. Wow! Hey, I'm with all these assholes. I can already tell this movie's a big steaming pile of shit. You should rewrite the whole third act and make the kids teenagers and set it in the 40s and make it black and white and send me the script. I might have some more notes. Thanks for outsourcing the making of your movie to us Facebook commenters. Just stop filming it completely until we can all agree it's what we want. The kid who plays Richie is cool, but fire everyone else. Also, if you need any dead dogs for the movie, I've got a backyard full of them. Just need to find my shovel, which I've nicknamed Divorce Attorney because he's very good at his job. LOL. Winky face. Vote Jill Stein. Post! Well, if you think movie critics are bad, just check out video game critics. There's so many of those it'll make your head spin.
We're asking for a fucking clan tag for everybody in the clan so that people will stop fucking messaging me and telling me that I'm an asshole because I'm not including them in the 100-member limit clan. Fuck!
Well, that's Angry Joe, who makes entertaining, quasi-in-character reviews of video games, where he sort of plays up the harsh nature of video game culture and how angry video game fans can get over video games. You know, it's a very passionate thing for them. So passionate that if you fuck with them, you're gonna get death threats. Did you release a video game late? Oh, that's a death threat. Oh, someone didn't like your review? Death threat. What's this? Death threat. I don't even know what that's for. I see the headline over and over again. This guy's getting a death threat, that guy's getting a death threat, here's a death threat, there's a death threat. Anyway, death threats aren't exactly criticism as much as they are evidence for restraining orders. So hopefully I don't get in trouble when I review this new game No Man's Sky that everyone's reviewing right now, and I want to jump in on that. We've got some pretty angry critics here. Apparently the game overpromised and underdelivered, and yeah, you guessed it, they got death threats. So let's see if we can find a level-headed review here. Quickest refund on any purchase through Steam. This is a simply matter of pulling the refund trigger as fast as you can. I would not be bothered if it was free to play. Well, it is free to play if you download it like me from a torrent website, and there we go. Let's load that game up and see what all the fuss is about. Then we'll criticize. This is a weird shooter. These animals aren't fighting back at all. Oh, cool, you can feed the animals. Hey, he's my buddy. He's got a little smiley face on his head now. And murder. Alright, let's bury him. Okay, I think I killed everything on this planet. Let's hit the next one. Wow, I love how you can fly under stuff. Alright, really cool game. Let's see if I can cut through this pure concentrated rage going on here and leave some thoughtful criticism. Downloaded this game illegally and played it for about 2 hours, so I think I can speak for everyone when I say it was awesome. Best free-to-play game of the year. But the real game here is life itself, because we're all inside a simulation run by the Illuminati Singularity Machine. Why do you think they turned the Matrix directors into women? They got too close to the truth. However, I found a cheat code that allows me to run an illegal vet practice out of my basement. I've got more baby kittens in jars down there than a Japanese freak show. I hope we never wake up from this false reality because I make a shitload of money throwing people's animals into the lake behind my house. I give Life the Game a 5 out of 5 and send me a PM if you've got a dog problem. And post! Alright, well, you don't even have to be an aficionado in anything to leave criticism. Just take a look at here where on Twitter, Ellen DeGeneres caught a bunch of criticism for photoshopping herself onto Usain Bolt's back. Pretty harmless tweet, right? Wrong! So riding on his back like a mule, a horse, as some form of property is fun to you? So the first thing that pops in your head when looking at this pic is, oh, let me jump onto his back like he's a common mule. Here at the Ellen Show, whatever intern thought this tweet was a good idea should be fired. Immediately. This is terrible. There should be at least a public apology. At least. Well, I guess these people ran out of actual racist things to complain about online, so they decided to focus on Ellen DeGeneres. Well, I had no idea it was racist until I saw all these tweets. And you know, if these people being critics, there's no way they're wrong, so how could I argue? What I can do is I can fix the situation in a way that makes everyone happy. With this Photoshop that just gives a little more context. Hey guys, I fixed that photo and tweet! Yeah, there we go. That's no longer a race issue anymore. Unless you're talking about the people riding on your back race going on in this picture. Alright, now what other kind of critics are out there and how do we become them? Oh, what about art critics? If we're going to be an art critic, then you know we got to go to Tumblr. Woo, man, Tumblr. Tumblr is home to some of the harshest critics on the entire internet. Like, for instance, when a bunch of enraged fans of the show Steven Universe almost drove a girl to suicide because she was drawing one of the characters as too thin, among other supposedly problematic pieces of fan art for a kid show that preaches tolerance and friendship. Here's a woman dressed up as a character from the show, a purple alien born from a gemstone or some shit, and here's the response she got. Why do white people cosplay characters of color? Well, this person's half right in that purple is a color, but if you think the Steven Universe fans are the worst part about Tumblr, you'd be absolutely wrong. This website is a complete haven for people who hate to be singled out, yet spend all their time singling out other people. Check this out. Please don't eat Mexican food. It is not in your heritage. Consumption of foreign foods is cultural appropriation. Stop messaging me about the death threats I sent yesterday. I was triggered and had an episode. Get off my back, please. Can we get rid of the concept of common sense? Trying to write a joke that won't offend anyone on Tumblr. There's a little lady going through a laser maze there. This is the worst post I've ever seen. If you have trouble making jokes that aren't racist, homophobic, or misogynistic, then you aren't funny, actually. This was a joke that's not racist, homophobic, or misogynistic. You got offended. I give Tumblr a 1 out of 5, and I'm never going back to this stupid fucking website again. But I'm gonna leave this picture of Steven Universe riding on Usain Bolt's back. And we'll just see what happens. Moving along. Alright, now let's find out how to be a restaurant critic. Let's see. Here's one of my favorite restaurant critics on YouTube, the Report of the Week. This strapping young man goes out of his way to review fast food items, in this case a Whopperito from Burger King.
So the Whopperito from Burger King going in.
Yeah, buddy.
Tastes better than I thought, but my God, does that not look appetizing right there? That beef on the left, wow. That just looks like it's diseased or something.
Now this is a critic who conveys proper and respectful etiquette.
The best way to describe it, really, when you're biting it in, is that it's indistinguishable from a Whopper.
How does this guy not have 1 million subscribers?
It's a rough night, but I was thinking nonstop about the Whopperito, and I was just thinking, would it taste any different? I don't know. Crazy stuff, right?
Excellent review, sir. I'm gonna leave this guy a comment to let him know that fellow etiquetteers appreciate his style. I caught this guy fucking my girlfriend last week. I'm still pissed about it, but there's nothing I can do. She loves him. I knew she was acting weird because she kept staying out late and coming home with taco sauce on her blouse. During sex, she'd scream to give her my $5 footlong, but I'm only 3 inches and $5 is way too much for what I'm giving. One day I came home to find her getting plowed against the wall by this dude. He had her hair in one hand and a Taco Bell cheesy gordita crunch in the other. I tried to fight him, but he slapped me so hard it broke every window in the house. This dude's a stone cold pimp and I can't do anything to hurt him, so I can only hope he breaks her heart one day like she broke mine. Subscribe, and I would really love to see a review on the Baconator from Wendy's. Thanks. And Rob, down!
Daddy, can I be a critic too?
You want to be a critic? Sure, man. What do you want to critique?
Books!
That's great. I didn't cover that in my video at all. But yeah, pick a book. Review it.
Okay, I choose Ann Coulter's new book, In Trump We Trust.
Alright, man. Well, just keep it civil. You know what I mean?
I thought this bitch was a Jew at first, so I almost didn't buy this book. But then I realized she hates Mexicans almost as much as I do.
Oh, robot!
Anyway, good book. I can't wait to read it to the next black guy I meet.
Robot!
4 out of 5. The South will rise again.
Do not post that!
And...
Do not post that!
Post.
God damn it!
Daddy,
Come
no! Oh, thank God the plant broke my fall. That wasn't that bad. Ah! Oh, my head is split open.
Big money, Sylvia.
Big money.
And don't worry, if you ever need some practice on being a critic, just go to salviaeric.com where I got a whole part of the website here for leaving reviews about my dick. I'll kick that off. Looks like a deflated balloon. And just like a deflated balloon, it gets blown by a lot of clowns. And self-criticize.